You know, if you really combine Taxi Driver, Taken, and Law Abiding Citizen, you get The Equalizer. Stars Denzel Washington and Chloe Grace Moretz, Melissa Leo. And the film follows a ex Black Ops agent who went rogue. He now is a everyday Joe Schmo who works at a hardware store, and then he meets Chloe Grace Moretz's character, who is a hooker, and it's weird seeing Hit Girl become a hooker. That's just, yeah, that's pretty impressive there. But something happens to her, and then he decides to take matters into his own hands. And I love movies like this. Sometimes Denzel has done performances like this, like in Man of Fire, which is one of my favorite performances from him. And it's a great movie, has great action, and this movie has no exception. This movie is really cool. It's a very entertaining, very fast-paced, and I was really pleasantly surprised with this movie. I really was. And basically, Denzel is like, this movie, it could have been like a Liam Neeson movie. It really could have been just a straightforward Liam Neeson movie that he would have picked up, and I'm Liam Neeson. And he would have... Basically, this movie is like the modern day Taxi Driver, about a guy who has a troubled past, who wants to do right, and will do anything to do it, and protects a young prostitute. See the resemblance? And it also combines Taken in there, you know, with the action. It's very fast-paced, very good, and yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this movie. It was a very pleasant surprise. Antone Fuqua, I think is how I say his name. I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but he usually likes to do a lot of R-rated action movies, and I think he should just stay on that boat because he does such a good job. He did a really good job with, in my opinion, he did a really good job with Olympus Has Fallen, and I think he did pretty much a way better job in this movie. Like I said, Denzel Washington really steals the show. He's really, really good in the movie. Chloe Grace Moretz is really mature in this movie, and yeah, she doesn't look bad in the movie. We'll just leave it at that. And yeah, I really like the acting. The bad guy's actually pleasantly, surprisingly really good. He has a good threat he has a good villainous role to him, and I really enjoyed it. It had really good action. It definitely deserves that R rating because it really is very, very action packed. Probably my issues with the movie is that sometimes the dialogue is a little cliched in a way where you kind of predict what's going to happen. Same thing with the storyline, I guess. You just predict, like, oh, okay, yeah, this is going to happen this way, it's going to happen that way, and sure enough, it does. And sometimes it'll just have, like, just random things, like, it had Denzel Washington, like, walking away from an explosion. The explosion looked pretty cool, not gonna lie there, but I saw this in IMAX, so it looked really, really cool. But, yeah, I mean, I have no complaints with I really don't have that many complaints with this movie. And maybe my main complaint would be sometimes it is a little too long. Like, this movie is like 2 hours and 12 minutes, and maybe if they shortened it by maybe 10, 15 minutes, this movie it would have felt a little better. And that's why I am going to give The Equalizer a B+. It's very action-packed, it deserves it, and I really liked it. I recommend you definitely see it on IMAX, because it looks amazing in IMAX. So guys, this is one of my earlier reviews. I'm glad that I got to see this last night. I was going to shoot it a little earlier, but I was just so tired. I just couldn't do it. But yeah, I'm still getting my background set up. And some people are wondering what my next movie reviews will be. I think I might have time to review Tusk this weekend. I might be able to put the review up probably by later in the weekend. And then next week I will try to see Annabelle, and I will definitely see Gone Girl. And I think I might review a couple classic movies, mainly David Fincher movies, because David Fincher is awesome. And he's also coming out with Gone Girl next weekend, and I want to do a few of my favorites from him just to prepare for it. And I've watched a lot of his movies, so yeah. As always, you could subscribe if what you guys and tell me what you thought about the Equalizer. Like it, comment below, subscribe, find me on Facebook, and yeah, subscribe and peace out.